Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. I obviously there's been a name change. But I changed it cuz I needed a change, y'all. And so now the channel is named Leahology. I think that's cute. Got my name in it. And ology means the study of, and we be studying these housewives and all these reality shows and these TV shows. So it just fit. Plus I just wanted something I needed something different, y'all. Like, I just need a change. So I hope you keep rocking with me. And yeah, sometimes you just need something new. So welcome to Leahology. So let's talk about the light bright Federation gang mob allegiance versus Candice. Let's talk about it because I want to talk about it. So y'all, they really annoyed the hell out of me this reunion, and then I saw clips for the coming reunion, which is tomorrow, and that annoyed me as well. And that's honestly why you're getting this video. I can't stand the light. I really don't see it no more for any of the people in the light skin, light bright confederacy mob allegiance. I don't see it for them. And who's in that is Karen, Giselle, Robin, Mia, and Ashley. I can't. Like, to paint Candice as she is the problem or she's the main one with all the issues is hypocrisy at its finest when it comes to this cast. Like, and the thing that's annoying is Andy. Andy is not doing himself any favors, especially if you don't know that they're talking about getting rid of Andy's Watch What Happens Live, which I'm cool with because the show is dry. It's baby powder. It's not even enjoyable to watch anymore. And it seems like he has like some vendetta against Candice, and from her clearing him in that like Real Housewives book that came out recently this year. So it's just kind of like, he's annoying at this point, and you really can see his bias. And if you're going to be a host of a reunion, you're supposed to be impartial. You're not supposed, like, yes, you can have like your faves and stuff like that, but you're supposed to hold everybody accountable. And the way in which Andy handles Candice versus the way he handled Erica, when Erica's situation is way more serious than what Candice has got going on, shows that he can't be impartial and he can't be fair. And it's time for him to step down, or they need to get a better host because he sucked. Because if Nicki Minaj come on here and do a better job than him in the last part of the 4-part reunion, that's sad. That's sad. That is sad. And it's time for you to either to get better at your skills and update your skills, or it's time for you to move on and find something else to do, Andrew. Figure it out. But yeah, like, they're really trying to paint this narrative that Candice is just some vile, foul-mouthed demon, and she's not. When all of these women have done things that are worse than what Candice has done, but because and that's when the colorism thing comes into play for a lot of people, because the fact that people who don't even like Candice were like tweeting like, I don't like Candice, but this is hypocrisy. She is not the only one who says things that are out of pocket, and then people be like, are they not forgetting that Ashley was nasty as shit for like, she's still nasty, but she gets a pass because she has babies with the crypt keeper. And it's kind of just like, it just really annoyed me. Like, is Candice one of my faves? No. But do I enjoy her on the show? Yes. And am I happy for her that she's been able to garner success in the things that she wants to do, like with her music career, with acting, and school and things of that nature? Yeah, I think that's wonderful. That's what you're supposed to do with this platform, is take it and get visibility and run with it. But what I don't think is fair is that a lot of black people, and that's the part that's messed up, is a lot of black people are okay and racist to say some nasty things about these women. Y'all are legit saying some of the most hateful things about Candice, and then in your comments, you got white people, like white people and non-black people in your comments co-signing and saying some of the most nasty racist stuff, and you're liking it and talking to them. But it's okay for them to be hateful and racist and derogatory towards Candice because you don't like her. That does not make sense to me. You should never okay that type of violence against someone in your own race just because you don't like them. That's wild. That's wild to me. Like, it's wild. And the part that really blows my mind is that a lot of people, like a lot of these women in the light bright confederacy, allegiance, mob, and gang has done some of the most messed up things to each other. And the reason why I said it's a mob, it's a gang, is because why are y'all cool all of a sudden at this reunion or co-signing each other, checking Candice, when most of the things that you guys have said that have been below the belt, like all the way in hell, have been to each other. Candice has not said anything out of pocket to them to that level. To Giselle, she told Giselle she had like that $900,000 tear down, and that really hurt Giselle's feelings. But the truth is that house is ugly, and you have no decorating sense, you have no fashion sense, you have nothing. With Robin, Candice has never said anything ill about Robin. She's always tried to have Robin's back, especially when it comes to the Juan situation. Then with Karen, she was really one of the only people who had Karen's back. And that's why she was so hurt from last season with the whole her versus Monique thing. When Karen went to HR after she told Karen to go to hell. Because Karen was basically kind of saying it was her fault that she got beat up. And the only thing she's ever said to Karen is go to hell. Ooh. Ashley, she called Ashley a bad wench, like told Michael was her overseer. But y'all always bring up those tweets, but y'all never bring up the fact that Ashley initiated this fight with Candice while she was in labor. Thinking that, like, I'm supposed to care about your feelings when you're in labor, when you're talking trash to me. No. What's wrong with you that you have the time while you are pushing out a whole human being through your vagina as your cervix is ripping, as your pelvis is low-key enlarging and the bones are cracking and becoming displaced to pop out a football between your cuckoo, that you thought it was okay for you to argue with me on the internet? You are the issue. And then the whole thing with Mia. Mia started with Candice. Candice tried her best to give Mia, like, she gave Mia the room because she wanted Mia to feel comfortable because she was having problems with Wendy. Mia did all this stuff Candice did all this stuff to, like, be nice towards Mia. And Mia came back at her and got real foul and nasty. Because she thought it was okay to do that with Candice because she knows majority of the fans don't like Candice. So and the only thing that Candice said to Mia was yo mama. When honestly, when she said you better be grateful, like you are ungrateful, because she is ungrateful, because there's so much things that Candice could have said other than yo mama. She could call you a stripper hoe. She could have called you a prostitution whore, like Teresa said to Danielle. Excuse me. Prostitution whore. She could have called you a Mia the whore, like they call Kenya Moore whore. She could have called you that. She could have told you like she could have basically demeaned your mom and called your mama a crackhead. She could have done what Mama D did, when Mama D told Erica's mama, why don't you go smoke a pipe? She could have went way in the gutter, but all she said was your mama. And she just said your mama was low budget. You said her venue was low budget, and she said your mama was low budget. Ooh. And that's a dig to you? I mean, the only reason why it would be a dig to you, Mia, is because you think your own mama is low budget. Like, let's call a thing a thing. Like, if someone would have called my mama a low budget, I would have came back with a different read about her mama. Well, my mama may be low budget, but you could have read Candice and been like, at least my mom loves me and respects me. At least I have respect for my mama. Something to that effect. But other than her saying your mama is low budget, that's not really gutter. And then she never said anything to Monique. Never said anything to Monique. Other than she said that Amistad comment and Monique got upset because she felt like Candice was talking behind her back. Whatever, ma'am. Whatever. So What below the belt has Candice said? And that's the other part. Whenever someone says Candice has a vile mouth, she goes below the belt, and we say give us examples, y'all can never give examples. Y'all can never give examples. The only thing that bothers y'all is that Candice, it's the way Candice emotes. And like she said, she sticks the landing, and y'all can't take it because she gets 10s across the board with her landings. Sorry about the coughing, y'all. My throat is like really dry. So I don't understand. I don't understand. My bad, y'all. I got a study group in a minute. Okay. But yeah, it's not connecting. The dots aren't connecting. So we're going to go through and talk about the Light Bright Confederation, Allegiance, Gang, Horde has done to each other that is below the belt to me. Because it's all like people have been saying, below the belt can be relative to the person. So let's start with Mia. To me, the only thing Mia has said that was below the belt is saying that she lied and said that Giselle said Wendy said she was a weak ass bitch when that never came out her mouth. And then those 2 times where she had said Eddie wanted to toss her salad and Chris wanted to toss her salad. That to me could be considered below the belt, because why are you saying my man wants you when he clearly doesn't want your 59-year-old ass? Then let's go with Karen. Karen keeps bringing up the whole, Candice told me to burn in the pits of eternal hell. Ma'am, you are trying to justify the violence against her from another castmate. And granted, everybody has their own thing about, how Karen handled it. Some people think Karen did the best thing. I don't. I think she was trash. I think her saying she didn't pick a side when clearly she did pick a side and it was Monique. Own that, lady. Just own it. And my thing is, Karen has said things that a lot of people say is below the belt. She harped so much on Giselle saying that Ray, she wished death upon Ray. You said the same thing to Ashley about Michael on the season, I think it was season 1 or season 2 reunion, where you were you better hope you got a good plan, a good escape plan or whatever, a prenup or whatever, because Michael isn't long for this world. You basically said the nigga was about to die. Then you told Ashley to her face, tell Michael not to drop the soap, clankety clank, because it was around that time where everyone thought Michael was about to go to jail for touching people without their permission. So I'm just kind of that's not below the belt. Telling me, tell your husband don't drop the soap, clankety clank, after Ashley done had a baby and she gonna be a single mother, clankety clank. Then you told Ashley first season, because Ashley was hanging out with Raven and I was trying to hang out with Raven, and I got where you were coming from. You told Ashley next time she has sex with Michael, let him stay in you, let him ejaculate, let him procreate, so you know what it feels to be around a baby, to have a child of your own, but stay away from my child. And that wasn't a low down read. There's so many instances of these ladies doing the same thing that Candice does, if not worse, but she's worse because she's the dark skin or brown skin one. Then we have Giselle. Giselle was foul as hell when she came to that non-press conference with Karen and basically was mocking her about her and Ray's tax issues with that shirt. But that wasn't below the belt. And we all knew Karen was dealing with the fact that both of her parents had Alzheimer's. Well, not Alzheimer's, but both of her parents were going through either dementia or Alzheimer's and was about to pass away or had passed away. But that wasn't below the belt. We talked about how that rumor that Giselle, because honestly, if you want to know my real opinion about the rumor that happened last season that caused the whole debacle, Giselle was the main one who was trying to start the rumor, but it didn't get any traction because nobody else talked about it. Nobody else talked about it. Candice didn't talk about it. Robin didn't talk about it. Robin may have alluded to it because she was like, why are you, is the rumor true? Because if it wasn't true, why are you giving it this much energy? Ashley didn't talk about it. Karen didn't talk about it. Wendy didn't talk about it. Giselle was the only one that brought up that rumor. And the only reason why it didn't come to fruition is because they knew about it and Big Boy tried to make a joke about it when they invited Giselle over to the house. Then we have Robin. Robin hasn't said anything to me that has been below the belt, but for Robin to say that Candice, goes too far and she keeps things going, I think is a crock-a-doo-doo. Because Robin has shown herself to be an aggressive and violent person many a times compared to Candice. Candice has yet to show that she's violent or aggressive. You have season 1 reunion. She threatened Ashley. She said, if it wasn't for these cameras, I'd beat your ass. She said that to Ashley season 1 reunion. Then I think it was season 2 where they were sitting at the table and Robin made herself look batshit crazy when she was eating the salad and was like, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? And she had that lettuce coming out her mouth. Then we had the instance where when it was Giselle and Robin and they came up to that kangaroo joint that Ashley and her husband was trying to make happen that didn't happen. And they were arguing and Ashley told them, y'all need to leave, get out of here and don't put your hand in my face. And Robin was like, this is my hand in your face. This is my hand in your face. Robin has infiltrated people's personal space more than 2 times. She did it with because Monique was scared. That's why she pulled up that umbrella. Because Robin is the tallest and the biggest one out of all of them ladies. Robin is the most athletic out of them. So they was probably scared she was going to bulldoze them. Because that's why Monique had that umbrella. I'll choke you out with my umbrella. And then Robin was like, do it. Do it. Do it. So who be provoking people? Robin infiltrates everybody's personal space. She does it. Granted, Mia does it too. Because Wendy told Mia, don't touch me when we're talking. And Mia had touched her twice. And then we had Mia putting her hand in Wendy's face. And Mia was like, Wendy said no. Mia had put her finger when they had that episode when it was the couples retreat. And Wendy said, hey, don't do that. And she was like, I talk with my hand, so you're just going to have to deal with it. And then with that whole salad tossing thing, Mia was doing this to Candice. And Candice said, don't do that. Don't put your hand in my face. And Mia's like, or what? So I'm like, but Candice be inciting and provoking violence. Lies, bro. It's lies. It's lies. Then you have Ashley. Ashley is a light bulb headed demon who from season 1 all the way to this season, who is an agent of chaos, who brings destruction. Don't do me. Don't do me. Because season 1, Ashley drove Robin insane for almost 2 to 3 seasons, from season 1 to season 3. She brought up Robin's money issues that she Googled on purpose to figure out how much money they had in their bank account. And then she went around telling everybody that they were broke, which forced Robin to have that conversation about how she lost her and Juan's money. Then she was always in their business about Juan and Robin's relationship, where she was like, I seen him around town with this girl with black hair. I think he's cheating on her. And she was like, I was trying to be a concerned friend. If you were concerned, you would have brung it to Robin, but you took it upon yourself to talk to everybody around Robin until it came to Robin. Then the Monique situation. Y'all fave, who unfortunately got into an accident, and Ashley was letting everybody know, she was drunk. I think she has an alcohol problem. Ashley's statement was basically she knows and I know. Monique's just upset that she got caught. And then Ashley alluded to Monique actually having a miscarriage due to her alcohol problems. But that's not below the belt to y'all. Then we have the horrible stuff she said to Katie. And then y'all talk about body shaming. Ashley always is calling Candice hamster face. When it's like, ma'am, you are built like Tweety Bird and a light bulb put together. You can't call nobody your beluga whale lady. Your head is you know what? That's disrespectful to beluga whales because they're beautiful. You can't. You can never call someone a hamster. Because honestly, if she wanted to come back, if Candice wanted, she could call you a beluga whale. Like your forehead is a hump. The worst thing that nobody ever checks Ashley for, because they didn't allow Katie on the reunion, is her attacking Katie's mental health. Ashley legitimately told Katie, you're not strong enough to be in this group. You're not mentally strong enough to be in this group. You need to stop filling that hole with men inside you and go to therapy. And the part that makes that situation so much worse is Ashley and Katie were cool at that time when she said that. So Ashley knew that Katie was dealing with losing custody of her children, her 3 kids, and she had a miscarriage. But you took it upon yourself to attack this lady's mental health. But that was not below the belt. But it was. That was in the pits of hell to come at somebody's mental health that way. But y'all don't never go at Ashley like that. And people who be like, y'all must be new fans because we all were coming at Ashley. We were, but not to the extent that y'all come at Candice. Y'all always telling Candice to shut up, to get beat up. Like, that's why you got beat up. Y'all always want to show that picture of her hair being disheveled after she was getting mollywopped in the head by Ashley. Not by Monique, which is abusive. That's messed up. That's messed up. And then and the reason why I say the Light Skin Coalition Federation, Light Brights Unite, is because the whole season, Karen and Giselle were at odds. Now all of a sudden, because Giselle didn't get the apology for her family from Karen, and neither did Karen get an apology from Giselle about the whole wishing death on Ray. But all of a sudden, we high-fiving and, we throw fun shade at each other. No, y'all don't. You're like, I would never want to be friends with someone who basically made fun of my tax situation that I was visibly having issues dealing with. Someone who made fun of my vagina, telling everyone I had a fiery box, so telling people it was full of STDs. Someone who told me I was a broken down whore from Hampton and I'm a broken person. And then someone who basically told the world that I have stovepipe legs, and that's been a common theme where everyone makes fun of Giselle's legs now and they call them stovepipe legs. Or be friends with someone who constantly makes fun of the fact that I don't have a man, which you don't need a man, but we all know that's a spot for Giselle because that's what she wants. But Candice is the only one that hits below the belt. Then they were all using trigger words like dog whistles to paint Candice being like this aggressive, angry black woman. Because Giselle was like, you're dead behind the eyes when you respond to people. No, she's not. Then Giselle talking about, I'm done defending her. And it's like, you've never defended her. Like, honestly, like, if Candice needs to wise up, because she annoyed me because I saw the second part of the clip where she was rubbing Giselle back while she tried to muster up a tear when she was talking about her relationship with Karen. And I was like, the girl just said it was okay if Mia would have popped you in your mouth. That should let you know that the only reason why she was cool with you last season is because she wanted to get Monique off the show, which she succeeded because Monique made herself look crazy. And it's just as wild to me. And I low-key honestly think that they, like the light skin, the light bright confederation wants the cast to look like it looked season 1. Because honestly, Giselle, Karen, Robin, and Ashley have been on this show or this franchise since season 1. That's 6 years they've been together and filmed the show together. And a lot of people didn't like the show in the beginning because they were like, all these women could pass the brown paper bag test. Even Charisse could. Because you had Karen, Giselle, and Robin are like noticeable. They're black, but they are noticeably, they all have European phenotypes with the light eyes, the pointy noses and stuff like that. Then you had Ashley and Katie, who were visibly mixed women, and then you just had not Giselle, but Charisse. So honestly, to me, it looks like they want the cast to look like what it looked like before. Because for Karen to say that Wendy wasn't the look for Potomac last season doesn't make sense to me, being somebody from Northern Virginia, when DC, Maryland, Virginia area has a huge African immigrant population. A huge African immigrant. People from Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Cameroon stay in DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. So honestly, out of everybody, Wendy is the look of Potomac. And then for them to come down on Candice, like, she's just the worst with a horrible mouth. And it's like, she doesn't have a horrible mouth. The fact that Ashley was bringing up Chris drinking too much and gaining weight. Why are you looking at my man? Keep your eyes on that Crypt Keeper, leather-skinned, perverted man that you slept down and had kids with, ma'am. Don't look at my man. Like, that's below the belt, because why are you commenting on my significant other's weight? Shut up. No one's talking to you, ma'am. No one's talking to you. It's wild to me. And then for them, and the other part is like, when everyone always brings up the butter knife conversation, it's crazy how it flipped. Because it's just crazy how it flipped. Because when they had the reunion, when they were all in white, when they brung up the situation and they asked Candice why she was so upset, Candice was like, because she was trespassing. Everybody except Candice's husband, Chris, including Andy, was laughing in Candice's face. So I'm like, are y'all afraid of her? Or y'all think she's a joke? Like, pick a struggle. Are you afraid or are you not afraid? Like, that's my only thing. You can't have both. You can't think she's a joke and then be afraid of her and laugh in her face and then demean her and constantly refer to her as a child and a little girl. And then be like, oh, she's just this aggressive, vile, evil person. Is she or is she not? Like, pick a struggle, bro. Like, pick a struggle. Like, for real. Like, really pick a struggle. But Candice really needs to stop being nice to them. Like, really, like, honestly, I hope next season, and these will be my final thoughts for the Light Bright Confederation, Federation, Mob, and Horde. I really hope that Candice next season doesn't do anything. She works on her second sophomore album. She continues to get, more bookings with acting and stuff and focuses on that. And then she pays all of them dust. Because if you notice, none of them really have a storyline. Really, except Candice and possibly Wendy of value. Don't nobody care about Karen remarrying Ray. We don't care. We don't care. Because last season he told you he didn't love you no more. And then what did Ashley offer? Us nothing but breast milk. Robin in the bejeweled hats, and her and Juan talking about having another baby, which is lies. We don't care about that either. And then, what's her name? Giselle and, her children driving. And then Mia and her mama issues. Which was like, okay, it was cute in the beginning, but then it seemed like you were harping on it and like your mama didn't look comfortable. And then we had Wendy and her candles and the body thing. So my whole thing is, Candice really was the only one out of the whole class that has been doing things. She music video, album, getting her master's, acting. What else has anybody else done? But I digress, because it's going to get longer and I need to go study. But yeah, y'all, remember to be bravely authentic, and I'm out.